Hey, welcome back to Tactics Talk with Guido. I have a replay of a grand battle. Yes, they do exist, believe it or not. Here is one from Madogthefirst of his name in his M48 Tier 10 American medium. I was going to call it a heavy, but it's not. It is a medium tank. So a couple things real quick. If you haven't seen it yet, you can see that there are 3 different spawns. If you look down here on the mini map, I'll make it large. He's spawned over here in the south on the west side. Then there's a middle spawn and a east side. And then the same thing in the north. On the north side, there's a western spawn, eastern spawn, and a middle spawn. Big TD hill back here for both spawns. Big city up here in the northwest. And then some hills and whatnot down here in the southeast. In the middle is a big castle for a bunch of brawling, and then some open space in between, and a couple other minor, looks like, split places here and here to snipe from. So interesting map. It's larger, 1400 by 1400 as opposed to 1000 by 1000 meters. And if you look over here, you can tell who is on each spawn. You kind of got to move your mouse around there to figure it out, and there are different options up here you can mess with as well. Get this a little smaller and we will get going on the map. A little quick fast forward and we are off to the northwest. We'll just do a ride along here with Mad Dog, the first of his name, and see how he does. So he has platooned in a dynamic platoon with the Sheridan here, and initially he's going to head up here carefully because I don't know if he's played. He said, I believe, that this was his first grand battle, so he's headed up here towards this castle. I guess this is a church and not a castle. The middle is a castle. And this town right here is actually pretty big. My understanding, though, is that there's quite a bit of crossfire opportunities in there. Whoa. I might have just driven off that right there. I didn't even know that was a ledge when I saw him going down there. Maybe he didn't either, but he stopped and did not drive off, so good on him. And now we're going to move back into the town. Looks like a Sheridan, an IS-7. There's a Foch 155. A lot of enemies to keep track of on this. And in general, what I understand is you will get, most of the guys who spawn up here will get into the town or maybe down into the castle. The middle guys will tend to get up here if they're TDs and push around towards the castle area. And of course the south spawn from both sides will head over what looks like you can see a big brawl going on over here. Looks like his center guys split up a little bit. Some went here. Looks like some of his spawners went over here. So you can mix it up a little bit. You're not really stuck going directly to the side of the map that you spawned on, but it would be quite a drive, I think, to come all the way from the south spawn and head up to the north side. The speed of your tank is certainly going to change that to some extent. So he's poking around looking for shots. He's also, looks like he's picked up another platoon mate in the Panzer 7, Scavenger the Invader right here. Scavenger the Invader. Got an IS-7 and a Sheridan up there. His Foch Bs are attempting to die, it looks like, as fast as possible. And they are accomplishing that at this point. And just looking at it, so when I heard that the map was going to be 14 by 1400, I said, well, that's cool. That's going to kind of make a wide open map. But take a look at the icons for the teams, and you can tell that there's a lot of tanks on this map. If there was only 15 tanks on this map, it would be a pretty wide open map. But right now, with all the tanks that are still there, it doesn't really feel like a wide open map. The distances look longer than usual, but of course we're kind of forced into very channelized brawls lately. So while that looks big, there's a lot of guns with a lot of, what should I say, range or capability to shoot you from nearly anywhere on the map. So that is something to watch out for. Now, I'm not saying guys across the map can shoot him. If you look at the draw distance, that's very much a player. His draw distance only goes at this point across about a third of the map. But the point being, the maps, I think, or the map itself is a little more constrained than initially I thought it might be. Still, though, he's able to flex all the way across. That's something you can't always do in other maps. So he comes around here. If you take a look at the top, it says 68% and 66%. That's giving you a good idea of what's left on the teams, just as a percentage. I do not know if that can be changed in the settings to hit points or something else. I'll have to dig into that. I couldn't tell you right off the bat. Leave it in the comments down below if you do know the answer to that. And he has now shifted back over to the castle side. I don't think there's a lot of utility with this many guns in the game to coming through the town and exposing yourself over here. Looks like you probably can be shot from these guys on the backside here and potentially from the TD hill over there. Plus there's the guys still up in the top at the church. Really, in order to get around this flank, you got to clear these guys out or else you're going to be flanked by them. So it looks like Mad Dog has decided to change the fight a little bit and come over here. Now this turns out to be a pretty decent hold down fighting position for him. No idea how the 110E5 missed, and then he bounces somebody else shooting at him. The 110E4, I'm assuming off of his turret. Holy cow, that's pretty nice. And he'll put a shot right there into the back of the IS-7 and take him down. Pretty good depression on this tank right here, so he's gonna have a almost got the shot on the Grill 15, but not quite. Pretty good depression on the Patton right here, but this is very steep, so he will have a little bit of a problem. He's got it right there. Just shot. Oh my goodness, how did that not go into the E100? Looks like he shot the ground, takes a shot back from the enemy. We'll put a shot into the side of the E100, who is now tucking up on the ramp there. And now he's got to face down this 110E4. Then another 110E4. Nice shot right into that top portion right there. Sorry, that's a 110E5 and a 110E4. But good news, the 110E4 is no longer a factor. Get down below there. Oh, not quite. Looked like he was trying to either get up under the tracks there or potentially go to the lower plate, but couldn't quite get to it. That is definitely problematic, a 110E5 right there. But the good news for Mad Dog is, and he knows this, I'm quite certain, the Patton got a buff to its turret armor, and it is actually pretty dang good now. Now, it may have trouble dealing with this guy. Well, he's really creeping up there. He bounced it. He bounced the regular AP off of the E100. E100 has to be not happy about that. Oh, did that go into the upper plate? I think it did. And now the arty aggro. Here comes the T92. The teams are well, I was going to say they're even, but not quite. Looks like Mad Dog's team's taken a bit of a lead. They've got 52% of their forces left. The enemy has 39%. Now that must be HP. I will assume it's HP, or is it tanks? I don't know. I have no idea. I'll have to look that up. No, Batchat, you're not going to be able to do that without getting punished. I'm not sure what that guy was thinking. And there goes the 110E4 nuking him from one of the TD points. The E100 makes a really ill-advised poke and goes down big time. And holy cow, now we got another 110E4 over here. And there goes the 110E5. You know, when I said another 110E4, that reminded me of something. For you, those of you that are doing missions, you can do your personal missions in Grand Battles, at least as of right now. And that is a fantastically good thing, especially if you're looking for such things as X number of hit points to certain types of tanks, or killing certain numbers of certain kind of tanks. There can be up to 4 artillery on this. So if you've got a light mission or you've got to hit artillery, I happen to be on the number 15 for medium tanks for the 260. I've got to do 4,000 hit points to TDs. A Grand Battle seems like a really great place to get those kind of missions done. Shot into what looks like he got to that top turret, but not quite buku enough to get through the 110E4. He's up to 1,985. He's blocked 1,500. He's spotted for 2,700. That's a pretty decent game. Not a crazy great game for a tier 10, but good. And he's still got quite a few targets. So let's see how he adds to that score. He's moving around to this IS-7. Come on, IS-7, come around here. He does need to be careful. And this is what I was talking about a little earlier. Once he starts poking down around this corner a little too much, he's got potentially TDs back here. He knows these two dudes are over here and an IS-7. But it looks like what's happened on the northwest flank is his team has won that. He sees this and is able to move down around here and start working on this IS-7. What do we got over here? Oh, hello. We got a Sturv sitting up on a sniper hill. Take a shot out of him. We're up to 2,400. Pretty fantastic. Sturv. Oh, he's spotted now. Let's see what the Sturv wants to do about that. I don't know. What the heck? That's a bummer. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Sturv sees him. And he disappears. And he takes a hit. Kind of expected that one to happen, but the Sturv goes down from his buddies. And we're down to 27% and 15%. There's the IS-7. Oh, he's looking at him. Don't do it. IS-7 gets a piece of him, but he fixes his ammo rack right away. This is a wise move. Just pull down here to where I'm a little bit more hold down, protect myself. His team, while they have won, have not really poked through yet. There's a bounce off the IS-7. Oh, look out, 110E4. You're blocking me. Maybe we can sneak one into this guy. No, not quite. 110E4 is with us. And the Artie shoots him again. Got an IS-7 and an IS-7 and a 110E4. And after that, it's pretty much sweeping up the flanks. IS-7 is now busy. Finally, his friends move forward, and he is able to move up to this higher ground right here and start taking out these guys. Oh, not too bad. Bounced off the IS-7. The other IS-7 on his left is about to die, I think, or is he going to get the kill on him? Let's see what happens here. Now he's dead. Both IS-7s are dead. Now we can start exploring the back part of the map. That's interesting right there. So quite a lot of open ground right there going up to the enemy's sniper hill, which is up right there where their cap is. Or above their cap, in fact. Guarding their cap. So were there any other TDs hanging up there? That would have been very, very bad. But there weren't, so he moves on through. We're looking for that 110E4. He's got to be around here somewhere. Last seen kind of hanging out back here in these woods. Oh, there's a Foch B. There's a Grill 15. And there's a T92. Well, let's just shoot this guy. He's nice and soft. Hits him. And the T92 HMC goes down. The 110 is over here. Maybe we can get a shot on his back. That'd be... Whoa, what? Hey, stop. Get him. Oh, that's too bad. Well, look out, Foch P. He's looking at you. Nope. Never mind. He's dead. 110E4. We're up to 3,100. 1,500 blocked. 4,497 spotted. Oh, darn it. 2%. 2%. There's only one guy. No, that's not true. There's two guys left. So that's got to be hit points. If there's two tanks left out of 60. Misses him. The Grill's trying to hide. The IS-4 is over there. He's getting swarmed. Get one more shot on the Grill. And you can see that Mad Dog's kind of explored a whole lot of the map right here. Puts another shot in that 15. That's nicely done. Up to 3,500 damage. Looking for a shot. Takes a little snap. Misses him, unfortunately. Oh, man, he would have actually given him a good shot in there. And there goes the IS-4 as well. So the game is over. His team wins fairly handily. Shows 17%. So that must be hit points because he's got quite a few tanks left. Everyone's on low hit points after the battle is done. And they have won from the south spawn. Nice job, Mad Dog. Thanks for showing us that, for sending that in. I have still yet to get to a grand battle. I've been grinding the Chinese TD line pretty hard, but I have been throwing in a bunch of medium tier 10 games. And I guess I'm easily at 20. Could be as much as 30 or 40, and I haven't seen a grand battle yet. But we'll keep trying, and once I get one and something interesting happens, I'll make sure that I send it to you. However, if you have a good grand battle, because there's got to be some people who are just cranking out some ridiculous 10,000 and 12,000 damage games, I'd really like to see it. Send it in, and I will feature it. Otherwise, as always, if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe, support the channel, all that jazz. Thanks, Mad Dog. Thanks, everybody else, and we will see you.